Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Haven't put a video up in a little while, but I have got loads of new content coming. I've been really busy with my bands, so I'm back. I wanted to let you in on a little bit of my songwriting process when I go about writing songs, and I've got some really big news on the songwriting front. I've just had a track that's being used for another artist that I'm super excited about. And I'm quite new into venturing into writing songs for other people and writing music for other people. So I just want to share this process as I'm going along, because I'm still learning. Like, I'm still pretty brand new to it all. But I just figured if someone else is starting out as well, then some of this stuff might be useful. I'm also here to help people do things on a budget, which is pretty much what I do. As you can see, I write pretty much from the back living room of the house, and I just do a lot of my writing in this room. I have got a few review videos coming up on some budget products. If you're a guitarist, I've got a couple of new pedals that I'm going to be testing out, both under the £20 mark, considerably under £20, and we're going to see if they're any good in some future videos as well. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to dive into a song that I'm currently working on in Studio One. You can use any DAW you want, but I've got a couple of features in Studio One I want to show you today as well that I really, really like. But I'm also just going to show you a little bit of my thought process behind actually writing a song. Now, I've got no lyrics for this track as of now. Hopefully, by the end of this video, I'll have something. I'm just trying to share with you how I put a song together. So one of the first things I will always do is 99 times out of 100, I will start with acoustic guitar. And I usually do an acoustic rhythm left and right. Let me just show you what we've got on the acoustic guitars first, and then I'll show you what I've done with each channel. Just very briefly, this is not a mixing tutorial or anything like that. This is just a songwriting session and production. So start with acoustics, and this is what we got. Nice little pick pattern there. Little bit of a change when it goes into the chorus. You might be hearing a little bit of a clicking sound at the moment, but that's because for some reason, it does that when I'm recording the screen and trying to play this at the same time. I'm trying to work out why it does that. And that's pretty much it, really. It doesn't really do a fat lot different, other than maybe this bit. Very basic guitar strum pattern. As you can hear, I've panned it left and right here. So that was that. And then pretty much after that, I'll always then go to putting some bass into it. Now, other people might do the drums first, but I always put the bass first. I always end up changing the bass, but in this case, I didn't. What I did was, when I programmed the drums, I just made sure that the kick was going to what the bass was doing, because in this instance, I liked what the bass was doing. So very simple. Sounds like there's a vinyl crackle in the background for some reason. And that was that. Super simple. So with the acoustics, so that's that. Nice, simple. Then, just to give me a little bit of something to work to get a groove, I kind of then want to put together my drums. For my drums, I'm actually using Easy Drummer 3. So I created the groove. What's going on here? Using Easy Drummer 3, and I actually, funnily enough, used the Pop Punk pack. So there's no drums at the beginning of this song, but then obviously the drums kick in. You can go into the grooves. can go into the groove editor here, and I've humanized it to make it sound more realistic. It's actually a pop punk pack drum kit that I use, but it just seems to work for my taste anyway. With that as well, what I've done is I've rerouted the snare out because I wanted to add some extra snap to the snare. So I just routed it to another channel, and I added some EQ, cut out some of the low end, boosted some of the highs, and I just added using luscious plates, added some reverb to give it that sort of big thwacky kind of sound. You can hear that, yeah. Really lots of echo on that big drum sound, which is what I was looking for. Yeah, so that was all I did with the drums. With electric guitars, now I've used the Soldano amp from Neuro DSP. I got this one on offer. I've used the crunch setting. I've just tweaked it a little bit just to give it the desired effect that I want. Boosted the EQ just a tiny little bit, added some delay and reverb. And then with the electric guitars, this is what we have on the electric guitars. So I'm just going through these quickly just so I can kind of just show you what we've got. Actually lied. I used Soldano on these two here, left and right, and I used it on the lead guitar over here, which I used a different setting for. So for the lead guitar, I ended up using it was a bit more of a lead with a bit more presence to it. But I actually used Easy Mix, American Twang odd combo amps, left and right. Again, pretty much centralized because they were already kind of stereoized anyway. Stereoized, I'm not sure that's a word, but just have a listen to them together anyway. So that was that, and then all together, we've got this. And that's pretty much the most of the song. All I've got basically so far. So then I want to start putting some lyrics in. Now there's some cool tools inside Studio One. So one of them would be like if you want to know what the chords are for any of these and you wanted to convert anything and create some MIDI, I just want to show you this because I think this is a really cool songwriting tool. If you're like me, not like I'm getting better, but certainly not any expert in I'm certainly not any expert in this. For some reason, everything has moved. There you go. Chords. So you just basically drag that up to here, and then it'll instantly tell you what the chords to the song are. So you can literally just go ahead and learn how to play the song, or you can drag that. You can literally highlight all of that and then drag that into a MIDI track, and then your chords for your MIDI are there instantly. I'll show you how to do that in another video in depth, but that's pretty cool. But this button here, the lyrics button, opens up this thing here called a lyric display. And this is where we can store the lyrics for this particular song, instead of having to keep them just anywhere. Now, you can actually add lyrics to the grid, which is pretty cool. So you can have the lyrics running across the top in time with the song. What I want to do initially is just have a listen to the chorus. I kind of generally like to start with the chorus, and come up with some kind of hook for that first. Okay, just making some notes off camera. So the premise, I think, for this particular song would be, I've got a young daughter, and I want to encourage her to sort of follow and chase her dreams. So that's kind of the premise for this song. So let me just have a look at this. Let me think. So I've got a little bit of a melody idea. So let me just basically, first of all, just zoom in just a little bit. And then let's just hover over where the chorus will be. And we're going to stick that on a loop so that we can basically work with that for now. Got a general idea with this. So I'm going to stick with the theme that we just said. So this is about encouraging a daughter to sort of go ahead and chase her dreams as she gets older. So we're going to go right from the very beginning, I think. Let me just show you how this works. So it'll go bar one. I want this to go from here. We're going to go from there to there. I've just got an idea for a verse. I normally like to start. I said I normally like to start with the chorus, but I think I'm going to have to move the lyrics along. I've not used this tool much, but it's something I want to start using more. So, okay, here's my idea for my chorus. So, baby girl, baby girl, follow your dreams. Your dreams. Okay, nice and simple. First line, so baby girl, follow your dreams. There you go. So I've figured out how to do it now. So we go over here. We're going to drag that to there. So we're at 14. Just going to move it out the way a little bit. It's a little bit difficult to work with on the screen while I'm trying to record. So baby girl, follow your dreams. So now, as you can see, that has fallen into here, where we can now start. so difficult to do when you've only got so much of the screen to work with. So we can go from there to there, right? So baby girl, follow your dreams. So baby girl, follow your dreams. Chase them. Chase them down. I'll worry about making the words fit afterwards. Just jot my ideas down first. No matter how big they seem. Baby girl, don't follow your dreams. Chase them down. Chase them down no matter. Chase them down. Chase them down no matter how big they seem. I'll have to work that out. It's too many syllables at the moment. Take a chance. Chance. Take a chance. Don't be afraid. Roads ahead. You are made. So this is one where the line will lead into the next line. So let me just play a little bit of this verse. So chorus. So we're gonna go. Take a chance, don't be afraid. Take roads ahead of who I'm made of. Roads ahead, showing what you're made of. Okay. And then I'll just listen to that back again. Basically, this is my process. I just keep going back. Take a chance, don't be afraid. Tough roads ahead, show them what you're made of. Okay, so now we just need another half of this chorus. It's quite a long. So what you made. So when the world was get done, I literally just spew out words and I just see what comes out. So when the world tries to get you down, so when the world tries to get you down. So I've got loads of notes on my other screen of little lines that I've put down for the idea of this song. So that's something else I will do. I'll scribble down little notes as well. There won't be formed sentences, but there might just be the odd word or things like that. I'll show you that in another video, how I go about sort of piecing those together. So when the world tries to get you down, so when the world tries to get you, see what I've got on my notes over here. Ha. Or, um, um, that might be a bit too cheesy, but we'll go with it for now. You have the power to make Last line's always hard. So just going to go back to the beginning of this one more time. Don't be afraid. Don't what you're made of. Roll it up, try to get you down. Stand up tall and wear your crown. Have the power to make a change. Don't be afraid. Change. Might use that again. Made of that might get used again. Um, so that's kind of like the theme of the last line of both parts of the chorus. So we just start that one more time. Let me just drop it a little bit back because I kind of can't come in. So if you go back to there, let's go into it. So baby girl, just follow your dreams. Just some down better big teams. If you take a chance, don't be afraid. Tough roads ahead. Stand up tall and wear your crown. Have the power to make a change. Okay, I don't like that last line. You have the power to make a change. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's your time to shine. Oh, I hate it when my keyboard does that. As well, either. That doesn't help. It's your time to shine. So, baby girl, follow your dreams. Chase them down, matter big it seems. Take a chance, don't be afraid. Tough roads ahead, but show 'em what you're made of. So when the world tries to get you down, just stand up tall and wear your crown. You have the power to make a change. Don't be afraid, 'cause now it's your time. Don't be afraid, 'cause now it's time for you to shine. I'm not sure still about that last line, but we're going to use that as a working chorus for now. And then we'll basically continue with the rest of the process. So now what we'll do is go back to like the very first verse now, and then build the song up, knowing that it's got to build to this chorus. And that's kind of how I like to do it. So if I went all the way back to the very beginning now, I might go back and put something like, I remember when you was a little girl, blah, 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 etc. You used to play with your toys, dolls, etc. But now you're growing up. And that's the way I kind of envisaged the way this song would go. But yeah, that's just a little bit really into my songwriting process. It's not complicated. I don't really profess to know anything about songwriting. I just basically spew out words. I write them down into some kind of format. And then once I've got down the basis of the song, then I'll go through the song and I'll just keep editing it. So like I might look in there and I might just go, you know what, I'm not sure I like this line. There's too many syllables in it. It's a bit wordy. I could find a different way of saying this. And then I'll just go through each part of it and I'll just strip it down. We'll go into like an in-depth lyric video another time. But yeah, that's it. I've had a few people ask me um, how I go about writing my songs. I always make the music first, even if it's just a acoustic piece. I always do that first, and then I'll worry about the rest afterwards. I'll just kind of make the rest up then as I go along. But yeah, hopefully you get something from that. Maybe these tools, even if it's just using these tools to help you out. But yeah, if you've got any questions, hit me up in the comments section. But that's how I use Studio One for my songwriting, and these are the tools that I've started using. I've got to learn how to use these properly, but I think it's quite useful because now when I'm working through a song, I can see where each part of the song should be, and that's going to allow me to be able to work with the track maybe a little bit better as well. So yeah, cool little tool that is built into the software. Quite like it. Thought I'd show it you. And yeah, we'll make some more videos like this very soon. Like I said, got a couple of review videos coming up. Just waiting for the DC adapters to come so we can use them. Yes, if you go over to my Westlands page, one of the bands that I'm in, we've got loads of stuff going on over there. I'm also in another band called the Soul Revival. Both bands are doing very well at the moment. We've got some big news to announce on the Westlands page. I'll pop that in the description box. If you're interested in following the music that we put out, just go and give those channels a follow, and we'll have loads of behind the scenes stuff showing you how we do things, how we set up live rehearsals, etc. So some cool content over on those channels. And I'll be back again soon with more videos like this one. Hopefully you found it useful.